also if you are using the right hook, because there's a tendency of using smaller hooks for thinner yarns, but what happens is that will not let the whole pattern open up nicely. So try 2-3 hooks and then decide on the hook that you want to use for that yarn. I am mentioning these things in detail because this video is intended for beginners who've just begun crocheting. Alright, this is another option, and variegated yarn will always give you a very different look. So just try before beginning on your scarf. Just make a small swatch and see if you like it. So let's begin. We will begin with a chain. I have made a slip knot here. Okay, we have a slip knot on the hook, and now we will chain. So how many do we chain? We will chain a multiple of 4, but 4 into an even number. So you can do 4 into 4, 4 into 6, 4 into 8, like that. Okay, so that number plus 16, that's the number of chains that we need to have. Here I have made a chain of 16 plus 16, that's 4 into 4 plus 16. Okay, this is not an ideal width for a scarf. Please check whatever width you would like. So once you've made a chain, bring a tape measure and just see if you like that. Approximately 10 inches or 12 inches is a good width for a scarf. Now let's begin. Keep your stitch markers handy. Okay. Now we will skip 5. Okay, so we know how to count chains, right? So that's 1. Let me just try to focus better. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We are going to skip 5 chains and insert into the 6th one. So begin for a double crochet, yarn over and skip 5. Insert into the 6th one, make a double crochet there. Alright, and as soon as you make it, please attach a stitch marker to the top of that double crochet. Okay, now we will chain 2, yarn over, place another double crochet in the same stitch. It will look like this, but don't worry, it all settles down. Okay, now we will skip 3. So we've used this one, right? 1, 2, 3, and in this one, that's the 4th one, we will place another double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, after skipping 3. Double crochet, chain 2, another double crochet. This is how it starts to look like. We will repeat the same thing again. Yarn over and skip 3. So 1, 2, 3. In the 4th one, we will place double crochet, chain 2 and another double crochet in the same one. Okay, so repeat this till the end of the row. Skip 3, place double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, skip 3, place double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Keep doing that till the end. Now we are towards the end. We've made all these. Okay. Now when we are towards the end, we will be left with 2 chains. Alright, skip one, yarn over, and in the last one we will simply make a double crochet. Okay, that's it. And we will use a stitch marker to mark the last double crochet. And I'm sharing this information only because it's intended for a beginner. If you want to leave your project midway anytime, remove the loop from your hook. You're working like this, right? Now imagine you don't want to work right now on this scarf. You can just remove your hook and in the live loop place a marker and lock it. Please use only lockable stitch markers. Even if it gets pulled like this, there is no harm. You leave it anywhere, there is no harm to your project. Alright? And when you decide to work on it again, just pull it out and your live loop is ready. Remove that stitch marker, not your edge stitch marker, okay? Use different colors just for your own clarity. Okay? Insert your hook and you can begin on it. So now we've finished row 1. Now we will move on to row 2. So for row 2, we flip our project and you can choose to remove the marker, but just look at the stitch and know clearly where you have to insert. Okay? You can flip your project and either do chain 3 or do a standing double crochet. I personally like standing double crochet for the way it looks, and that's why I'm going to do that. I'll just quickly show you chain 3. It is just this. Alright, just this, and then we begin. But right now I'm going to do a standing double crochet. This. Insert that, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Okay, we have our standing double crochet here. Now we will always crochet in this chain 2 space. All these spaces we are only going to crochet there. So in the first one, insert, yarn over and make a double crochet, chain 2 and place another double crochet there. So it's the same thing that we did in the row 1. Okay, double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet. So we made that V. The next stitch, yarn over, and in this space we will place 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's how it looks like. The next one we will do our V. So double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet in the same chain 2 space. Okay, so we are now working only in the chain 2 spaces from the previous row. That's why this pattern is really easy. Next one we will make a fan of 5 double crochets. That's it, and that's the repeat. So we do either a V or a fan. Alright, so we keep repeating this. We began with a V and we will do 5 after that, 5 double crochet, V, 5 double crochets. We will keep repeating it. So here I will do a V, 5 double crochets and a V. Okay, let's quickly look at this also. So this is the first row, all V's. We also did the same thing, all V's. In the second row we did a V and a fan, V and a fan. That's what we are doing, V and a fan, V and a fan. Okay, we are here at the end of row 2. I forgot to mention, but please attach a stitch marker in the top of chain 3. So that's the third chain of the chain 3, or if you are making a standing double crochet like this in the top. Okay, now we are at the end. We've used the chain 2 space of the last V, yarn over, and we will place a double crochet here. Alright, we've placed a double crochet there. Now turn your work. That's the row 3 now. Row 3 and onwards, it will be a repeat of these 2 rows. Okay, so we have all V's, V and fan, all V's, V and fan. That's the repeat. So here we will repeat row 1. Okay, so for repeating row 1, here you can either do a standing double crochet or a chain 3. We will do a standing double crochet here, insert into the same chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Alright, and here is where we will place our marker. Alright, so yarn over. The first one we know, it's a simple V. That's double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet in the same V space, the chain 2 space from the previous row. When you come to a fan, all you have to do is place a V in the center. So we made 5 double crochets here, right? You can see them on the top. So that's 1. Let me just focus better. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Alright, so those are our 5 double crochets. Just look at them either from the top, or you can look at them flat like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the middle one, the third one, right? We will place a V here. So what do? We place a double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet in the same stitch. That's all. Now we will place a double crochet here, a V here. So that's double crochet, chain 2, double crochet here. Then we place a V here in the center. Okay, we skip these 2. We place a V here. We skip these 2. A V here. A V in the center. Alright, so that's all that is there to the row 3. We are at the end of row 3. So we will remove the stitch marker from the previous row and place a double crochet. Now we've completed row 1, 2 and 3. Now we will repeat row 2 and make a row 4. So this pattern is actually just a repeat of row 2 and row 3. Alright, row 3 and row 1 are also very similar, just that here we are inserting into a chain and here we will be inserting into the chain 2 space or the third double crochet in the fan. That's all. That's the difference between row 3 and row 1. So that's why I'm saying we will be repeating row 2 and row 3. So now we will repeat row 2. We will make a standing double crochet. And continue to make repeats of row 2, that is, make a V, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the chain 2 space from below. Into next one we will place 5 double crochets and make a fan. Go really slow when you start making this pattern. Go really slow. Check at the end or mid of every row if you've picked all stitches that were supposed to be picked, and just see if your stitch tension is even. Take time to do all that because this is going to be a beautiful piece, and I don't want you to discover at the end of a longer patch that you've missed a stitch somewhere. Okay, so take time to continuously check your progress and if you've picked all stitches. Also, when you make a swatch, the benefit is you will get to know if the yarn looks good in that in this stitch. If your chosen yarn is looking good here, you're liking it, and if you're using the right hook, ensure it falls like this even before blocking. Okay, it should fall nicely. This is not a blocked piece. Alright, and just take time to practice the stitch before you begin on your final piece. And once you've made the final piece, you can block it to give it a more beautiful look. Blocking will ensure all the stitches open up. So even with your swatch, please feel free to block it and see how the stitches look very nice. Also, just see if it's squishy enough for you. You should like the feel of the yarn because you or whoever is going to wear it should be able to enjoy the feel of the fabric that's created. Alright, so there are lots of benefits to making a swatch. It will be time consuming when we are beginners, but it's worth the efforts. Let's finish row 4. Next thing that we do is place a V. Alright, after a V we place a fan. So in the next chain 2 space we will make a fan of 5 double crochets. I think I've not zoomed well. Yeah. Okay, and we will continue making a V, fan, V, double crochet here, turn and repeat row 2. Okay, so we keep repeating row 2 and row 3. How will you know what to make next? You can simply see if your previous row has a fan, That means in the next row you have to do all V's. If your row has all V's, then you know you have to repeat the next row with fans. Once you're 2-3 rows, not 2-3, actually 4 or 5 rows into this pattern, you will easily be able to start seeing how it's looking, and of course you will know which row to repeat. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this stitch, and I hope you make this beautiful scarf. Thank you so much for watching.